So that's how I developed partial paralysis. And it also had to do with being exposed to heat. So MS doesn't like heat or cold.
Heat or cold?
Heat or cold, yeah. And I live in Canada. So.
I was going to say, like, that's a lot.
Yeah. So, and the time that I developed partial paralysis, I was actually on vacation in Cuba.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Reset with Nat podcast. My name is Natalie Walters, and today I have a special guest, Ashleey Simone. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. You know what, this is a long time coming. I met Ashleey in the summertime at an event. She was a vendor. She had beautiful products on her table, a lot of natural things. But then I heard a little bit about Ashleey's story, and I was like, when I get my podcast going, I need her as a guest. And you were like, what was your first response when I told you?
I'm not too sure about that.
She was like, we'll see.
I'm not too sure.
We'll see, but look.
I'm here.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for the invite.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, so what is the name of your business, Ashleey?
So the name of my business, is the Idyll Way.
Right.
I chose this name because the definition of Idyll is like a picturesque scene, very natural, very calming. So the time that I started my business, I was in a very dark place. I was depressed, I was sad, and the word idle described the space that I wanted to be in. And I designed my business in hopes of it carrying me there.
Wow. That's beautiful. So in your darkest or most vulnerable state, you were able to still find some type of light. You were, it was like, or hope.
Yes.
Right? There was still hope.
Yes, I was very hopeful.
Yeah. Okay, and what made you decide to start a product line? What led you there?
My story, my journey. So 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a very severe case. The time of my diagnosis, I actually developed partial paralysis 2 months after. Okay,
so hold on for one moment, because what happens sometimes is with the terminology, not everybody may understand what multiple sclerosis is.
Yeah.
So if you can explain the definition of multiple sclerosis and then the paralysis as well.
Okay, so multiple sclerosis, it is an autoimmune disease. So basically my immune system is attacking itself. It is not able to differentiate the bad from the good in my system. So what's happening is the myelin sheath, so that also, it's like, if you think of a charger, this is the easiest way to explain it. So the charger, you have the plastic coating around a bunch of wires. So the wires on the inside of the coating would represent your nerves. And then the plastic coating, the wires, is the myelin sheath. So that is what's coating our nerves. And what's happening is the myelin sheath is being deteriorated. My immune system, the attack on it is eating away at the myelin sheath. So now my nerves are exposed. So, and you know, when the charger is breaking, when the coating is now coming off of the charger, the wires being exposed, there's a shortage. So that's exactly what's happening. So something might not be working today properly, but it'll start working because, you know, the wires are shifting in the correct position. So, yeah, so that's basically what's happening. So at the time of my diagnosis, they discovered I had lesions in the back of my brain and the top of my spine. That's where the deterioration is taking place. And that's causing numbness in my feet, in my hands, and it got to a point where I developed the partial paralysis in my left leg due to that scenario. Yes. Yes, exactly. So that's how I developed partial paralysis. And it also had to do with being exposed to heat. So MS doesn't like heat or cold.
Heat or cold?
Heat or cold, yeah. And I live in Canada. So.
I was going to say, like, that's a lot.
Yeah. So And the time that I developed partial paralysis, I was actually on vacation in Cuba.
Oh.
Yeah. So I heard that, you know, MS is something that older people get.
Right.
You know, once you get MS, it's downhill from here. So I was like, you know what? I'm diagnosed with MS. I'm going to live my life.
Right.
So I went on vacation with my siblings.
Nice.
And I'm not a fan of AC whatsoever.
Okay.
So the first thing I did when I got there, I turned off the AC in my room.
Right.
Not knowing that
the heat
was going to be that trigger for me. So I was on the beach. We actually went to go to a cave.
Mm-hmm.
I have this on my YouTube channel also.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay, please share that right now while you're at it.
Yeah, my YouTube is Ashleey Simone.
Okay, so check out her YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, support. Okay, so then
we went to go to a cave in Cuba. And obviously in the cave, you're going down, it's hotter. So we went down the first flight of stairs. I didn't even make it down the first flight, maybe halfway. And my legs were just like, no, it's not working. Okay. I couldn't even make it back up the 5 steps that it went down. Okay. That's how bad it was. So I had to sit on the bus in the AC just to cool down, you know, to get my...
everything going again.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it cools down, so when your body gets, like, it adjusts back to whatever regulatory system it wants, then you'll be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same thing with the cold. If I'm really cold, the same thing will happen. But once I warm up to that level, I'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so that was the onset of the challenges that you were going through, and that led to the depression?
Yes.
Okay.
In my opinion, I feel like, because I was on 14 different medications.
That's a lot.
Yeah, from the diagnosis. I was in the hospital from December until mid-January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yes. So I was in the hospital, then I went straight to rehab. And, you know, they're telling me, you know, because the medication you're going to be on, you won't be able to have kids. Unfortunately, you won't be able to walk without assistance anymore. And, you know, they're telling me all these things, and I'm only 22.
Young, very young.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? This is how else would you feel other than depressed, right?
Yeah.
I was the life, I don't want to say the life of the party, but
you enjoyed it.
I was living like 22 years old. I mean, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, that was the start of it all.
Right.
And fast forward to 2018, I got pregnant.
Okay. Oh, well, amen. Look at that. So when you're told, not to say that we don't listen to practitioners and people that are in the healthcare industry, but look at life, right?
Yeah. But unfortunately, when I did get pregnant, because of doctors, in my opinion, yes, they go to school for years, but at the end of the day, they take educated guesses. Okay. The only person who would know for sure what's going to happen, you know,
creator,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I did get pregnant, and they told me because of the severity of my MS, they don't see me fit to carry. Exactly. And they said, you know, this could happen. Either I could potentially pass carrying, or the child could be born with, you know, some sort of disabilities or whatever.
Right.
And, you know, hearing all of those things, you're at such a high, and then you hear all these things, it's like, okay, that's something else.
That's a letdown.
Dig me even deeper into this little pit.
Right.
So unfortunately, I listened to the doctors, and you know, I terminated the pregnancy.
Right.
So that obviously brought me to an even darker place. And
so before you continue,
yeah.
So when that happened, during any point of this time, did you seek any counseling or anything like that? No.
No.
Wow.
I stayed to myself.
Yeah.
I did a lot of, during that time, I literally stayed in bed. I was only home. I didn't talk to anyone. It was just myself, my partner at the time. That was it. Yeah. So then, after that whole scenario, I said that I needed to figure something out. I needed to do something that will help me to get out of here, because it's not a space for me.
Right.
And that's when I started to do my own research on what it is that I can do to, first of all, get me off of these medications.
Okay, so hold on. Yeah. I need to interrupt because like there's a transition. There's a very important space where decisions have to be made even when we are in our cloudiest moments, right? And that's a part of why I came up with Reset with Nat, was because personally and financially, going through different things, but I needed to make a decision. And I understood that sometimes the decision-making point that you're in, it could be with support, and sometimes it could be in a lonely place, right? So I just want you to please, it's not to take you and traumatize you, but it's to empower someone else, right? So are there certain things that you started to do that, like write things down, read certain things? What helped to make you climb out of there?
Yeah, I started to read. I did a lot of research. I didn't have any physical books, not half of what I have now, but so, I just went on the internet, simple Google search, how to heal myself naturally. How to, like, what was done before modern day medicine. You know? So that's what those are the type of things that I was looking into. And then I came across yoni steams, and I learned that through yoni steaming, not only does it heal the womb, but it also helps with creativity. In the womb, that is where women hold their past traumas, anything that they may be going through, emotions, that is where it's stored in the womb. That's what needed to be worked on for me, right? So did my research, I left my house, and I got the herbs that I needed. I wrote down the list of herbs that I saw. I went to Herbie Herbs downtown Toronto. Hey, big up to Herbie Herbs for being there for Ashleey. Yeah, right? I handed her the list and I said, do you have these herbs? She took the list and she walked around the store. She dropped everything in the basket for me. I spent almost $200 on those herbs. I went home, followed those instructions on the internet of how they did it. And I saw change. My creativity, I started to birth new ideas. I have 4 different steams now. Four? Yeah, all for different purposes. And that's where the Idyll Way started. It started with the yoni steams. So that was the first product that was birthed, and that was based on not necessarily the cerebral palsy? Multiple sclerosis. Not multiple sclerosis and paralysis. It was based on your womb. Womb healing. That was you healing, because obviously you're optimistic in some way. Like, I'm not going to let whatever I was told be the only outcome. You wanted to give yourself an option. That wasn't, you chose you. I wasn't going to allow anyone to write my story. I decided that this is what I'm going to take this into my hands now. You can tell me what you think is going to happen, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So that's what I did. Nice. So Ashleey's brought, that's lovely. So if you're here and you're listening on the audio podcast, and you might want to jump over to the video podcast, because there's products here that she has, and you'll be able to see them. So yes, go ahead. You want me to introduce? Yes. Okay, so I do have a cleanse steam. That was the first one, the original one, that helps to fight like bacteria, any infections, yeast infections, anything like that. And then I have the bed of roses. Bed of roses helps with relaxation, just to help relax the nerves, and relax the muscles. You mind if I pick? Yeah, no, sure. I also have Flow. Flow is the top seller. That helps with menstrual discomfort. Like, heavy flows, if you don't have a flow, inconsistent. Irregular. It helps to regulate. Yes, it definitely helps with the cramping, any discomfort. I actually have a friend who, she's anemic, and she's used the steam, the flow steam. Her cycles are normally like super heavy, a lot of cramping, throwing up, the whole nine. And she said when she used the steam, she was feeling so much better. Nice. So good for you.
You must be proud of yourself.
Yeah, I feel like I don't give myself enough credit for what it is that I do. It's kind of like, okay, this one works. Okay, let's go on to the next thing now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Well, you have to, for sure.
Yeah. And then I also have nurture. So nurture helps with like before and after childbirth, infertility and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that one is this one here.
So do you have these products in a store?
I don't have them in the store.
Okay.
Only I have my online shop,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've been doing the pop-ups last year, but I think I'm going to now transition into like a store.
Get into it, gone on a shelf,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that is for womb health, reproductive system, women.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of women, they definitely should do their research. I'm not going to tell you that this is the best option, but they should definitely do their research. Doctors, they will tell you what they know from the books that they learned from, but there was life before us.
Right.
There were things that were done before modern day medicine.
Right on. Yeah.
So, and it worked, obviously, because we're here today. You know, life continues.
Yeah. Okay, so with that said, as Ashleey said, this is not, she's not giving you advice. You have to do what you need to do, but you seek professional help. You also do your own research. Take charge of your life and your journey, but and recognize you're speaking to an empowered person. Like, I'm speaking to an empowered person, excuse me. You're listening to me speak to an empowered person. Like, to be in, we have some excuses for some things in our lives. Do you understand? But at the same time, you went through it.
Yeah.
Right? And to have you sitting here with me is a blessing.
Yes, it is.
Right? And to have you even create from that space is beautiful.
Thank you.
So we need to listen, do our research, and definitely contact Ashleey if we need products. Okay. Okay. So I see you have more products here. Like, what's going on? What's going on in these?
So these are infused oils.
Okay.
So these ones I created. The first one I actually created was Calm. So that one is this. This one is good for any rough patches, eczema, anything like that. And I designed this one for my son.
Okay.
Yeah. I left off at the me not having a child part.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, so-
Well.
Yeah, so-
Let's go. You talk about them.
So fast forward to a year, 2019, I got pregnant again, and
Good.
despite what the doctor
Nice.
said, I continued on throughout I continued the pregnancy.
Good.
I was on treatment throughout, so you know, I ensured that I was okay throughout the pregnancy,
Right.
and continuously monitoring
Right.
my son. So he's alive and healthy.
Yes,
He's
he
gonna
is,
be
and
4
he's
this year. Thank you. So yeah, when he was just before he turned 1, he had eczema all over his stomach and on his chest, his shoulder, and stuff like that. And they were prescribing steroids, something that I wouldn't take for myself. I wouldn't give to my child.
Right.
So I created this. I did my research again.
My
on the
gosh.
oils. Helpful oils that I could use and stuff that would be safe enough on his skin.
Right.
So I created this one, softened out the skin, smoothed it out. Of course, it left like, you know, some dark marks and stuff afterwards. So then I created the Fade oil, and Fade actually helped to lighten those dark spots.
Hold on. Okay, no, because there's a term that you have here on your Instagram. And for anybody that wants to follow Ashleey on Instagram, please let them know your Instagram.
It is the Idyll Way.
The Idyll Way. Okay,
Yes.
so I just need to check something out because it's a term, and I was like, I like that. Okay. Holistic cosmetic chemist. Hold it down. Hold that title down, because you went from here to and using these for healing yourself, but then you're like, oh my gosh, my son.
Yeah.
And not only are you like, okay, well, because I had eczema when I was young. It was really bad as well.
Okay.
And the cortisone, that's what I went on, right? But after I saw a naturopath, I went that journey, and it helped. Thank God I went there, because it did help. But to know that there is an oil that you use to control, and I can imagine how that must control the itching, like the irritation, because that's another thing with the weather. It's either cold, dry. If it's hot, it gets one way. If it's cold, it gets another way. So it's always irritating.
Something. Yeah.
And then when flare-ups happen, that's another thing. So you got something to take control of that from the inside.
Yeah.
And then you're telling me, because I know about the marks. I know about the marks. I couldn't wear jeans, like I wouldn't wear shorts for so long because of marks.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you have another natural product that you've created that helps with
dark marks. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the dark marks. That one. How does that one work?
The fade oil?
Fade oil, sorry.
Yes. So yeah, this one helps with not eliminating, but reducing the appearance of dark marks. It also helps with any type of scarring, stretch marks, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So this one is a really
popular?
one's a good, yeah. These two are very popular.
Okay.
And then I have Nourish. That one helps with dry skin.
This one here?
Yes. So it is coconut oil based. It's cold, so you know. Yeah. But that one helps with retaining skin's moisture. Yeah. And they're all floral and herbal infused.
Yes. And I'll have to zoom in. I'll come in. I'll bring the camera over after so you'll see. But I love the packaging. I love the way they look.
Thank you.
You can see that in your home on a shelf. I mean, compared to using, okay, so let me tell you about what I was doing. I was using Vaseline for my skin because that worked for me. Watch her face, okay? Yeah. You know what? She just looked traumatized, just like Sasha did on the last episode, because she's like, what are you doing? But at the same time, I've gone through using a lot of products that light my skin up, right? So I've been just very cautious, and because Vaseline just did what it did, and I thought it's been doing well for some, but then after I found out, like, well, I knew, but I just couldn't find anything else. Anyway, I'm on this journey with gua sha, right? With La Plume Beauty, and I have a La Plume oil, but she was talking about a facial scrub, and she would introduce me, but do you have anything for face?
Yes. So I actually have a brown sugar and oatmeal face scrub.
You have a scrub?
Yeah,
okay.
That one is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
oatmeal and brown sugar.
And is this daily use?
I wouldn't suggest because it's exfoliating your skin.
Okay.
Right? So I wouldn't use it daily. Okay. For myself personally, I use it at least 3 times a week. 3 times a week.
And yes, I look up at you, I'm like, good skin, natural. So, do you keep this in the fridge?
No, I just keep it on the counter in the washroom.
Okay.
Yeah, the shelf life I do because once I make them on order, so I don't have them sitting. So once the order is placed, then I'll make the products, and I recommend to use it within the first 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how much of this would a person need, like a tablespoon, teaspoon, to do, like with my size face?
Okay, so it comes with a little
spatula or something.
Yeah. To take it out.
Okay.
I think I'm a little excessive when I use it.
Okay.
Because when I'm using it, it's falling all over the place and whatever.
Oh right.
So I'm taking out a lot more than needed.
Okay.
But
Okay.
This will last you.
It will last 2 3 months.
Yeah.
2 3. You said 3?
Yeah.
3 months.
2 3 months.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely.
Is there oatmeal in here?
Yes. So it's brown sugar and oatmeal.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. The oatmeal helps to get rid of any excess oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then what is this product here?
That is my famous body butter. Yeah.
When you say famous, hey!
That is the top seller.
Okay.
Yes.
And this body butter, tell me about it. What's the scent? Because body butter is,
very natural. So
very
it
natural.
Is shea butter and cocoa butter base. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can open and smell.
Okay. Hold on. Put my mic down.
I actually brought it for you.
Oh, you're so sweet. She brought one for me. It's so lovely. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Oh. Okay. Wait, but why do I smell chocolate?
But that's the cocoa butter.
Oh, right. Okay.
Cocoa butter.
So I can touch it.
And a little bit goes a long way, for sure.
Oh, Lord, I'm healed listen, because first of all, La Plume Beauty, she has me off of Ashleey. Kick the bottle, that's out of the way, right?
Yeah.
But then I think you're getting rid of the other product that I may be using on my skin. Oh yeah.
It does go on a little oily.
No. I like oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you're using Vaseline.
Right?
Take charge of your finances with the Your Financial Compass Budgeting Workbook. Created by Natalie Walters, a financial professional, this workbook is designed to empower you in achieving financial success. Track your expenses, monitor your credit score, and assess your net worth over the course of a year, all while staying organized and focused on your financial goals. Order your copy of Your Financial Compass today on Amazon or visit www.resetwithnat.com to schedule a complimentary financial needs analysis consultation.
So you have a lineup of products here. You have a lineup of products here. Is there anything else that you're working on?
Yes. There is a few projects that I'm working on.
Okay.
My partner and I, we recently launched children's books. They are very personalized children's books. You are able to write your child's name throughout the book.
Right.
Have them feel included, involved throughout the story. They are, what's the word? They're self-development books.
Okay.
So they are very encouraging books. So the first one we created was Brave. The Adventures of the Brave.
Right.
The child's name and then the Brave. It talks about being brave and not being scared to conquer your fears and stuff like that. The second one is kindness, so it talks about being kind,
right? So
on and so forth. We have clever. We have 20 different books coming out.
Hey, hold on. So healing of self, caring for self, and then at the same time, as a mother, you're helping to empower your children, and obviously not selfish. Because she could have kept all of this up to herself and said, I use my products to heal me, but she's sharing it with others, right? So that's a beautiful thing. But then now you're thinking about your child, and you've also extended that to a book where you obviously started off with your own son, and then you were like, beep, instead of writing a child's name in there, let's personalize it to empower other children. That's very important.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. Especially in today's society. For sure it is.
That's good. So 20 books. So are there any out right now?
Yeah. So currently there are 3.
Okay.
They're all on Amazon.
Okay.
Our Amazon store is Soulful Acknowledgements.
Soulful Acknowledgements. That's nice.
Yeah. Thank you. We are also on Instagram, so you can find us there.
Okay. And I know. So you have the products. You write children's books, but you also work with people.
Yes.
So please talk about that. We're going to wrap up, but I want them to know what is it that you do when you're working with people? Who is it that you want to work with, or are you aiming to work with? And then how can they get in contact with you?
Currently, my goal is to work with people who are going through life, I guess. I want to work with everybody. If you're going through anything, if you're experiencing anything that may seem out of the norm, if you're recently diagnosed with something, if you're going through depression or anything like that, like I want to help pull them out of that space, because it's not easy.
No,
it's not easy. It took me 2 years to finally get myself. You will talk about, I don't want to feel like this, but then our only thoughts are, but I feel so down, I feel so depressed. We're not thinking of, I'm happy. Like, we're not uplifting ourselves in that sense. And I want to be able to share that with other people. I want to be able to give you some sort of framework to follow and go by to help you get to where it is that you're trying to go. So that's what I'm currently working on right now.
Do you have classes that you do?
I don't have classes right now, but I am launching a free guide.
Okay.
A free guide through my website.
Okay. And the website is?
AshleeySimone.com.
Okay.
Yes. The link is there on my Instagram. My Instagram is also Ashleey Simone. Yeah.
She's holding it down on social. If you don't know, it's Ashleey. And first of all, Ashleey can be spelled many ways.
Yes.
How do you spell Ashleey?
ASHLEEY.
All right. I just want to make sure they know. And then Simone?
SIMONE.
And I will definitely have her contact information in the show notes and on the YouTube bio. I'm trying to both. We do both here, okay?
We're getting it done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then you have hold on. You also do yoga.
Yes,
Because I'm going through what I know and I've seen on your page. Because I've seen you in yoga classes as well, right?
Yes. So yoga played a big part in my healing.
Okay. How?
Just with flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
I built 22 years of muscle in my left leg and I lost it in a matter of months.
Right.
So to build that back up now, going to the gym wasn't ideal.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into stretching and working the muscle. It's getting used to being worked, because obviously paralysis is not being used at going through the stretching and the movement and warming up the muscles, it does help. And even once I got back into that groove, stretching overall is good for you,
right?
Get your heart rate going and stuff like that. I also do energy healing and deep breathing practices also throughout the mini retreats. My partner and I, we were doing camping, overnight camping with yoga and meditation.
You host them?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you're a wellness. So we did say that, right? You're a wellness coach, advocate.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Health and wellness.
Health and wellness.
Yeah.
Where are these retreats?
We were hosting them in Cambridge, but this year we're actually hosting it in Jamaica.
Hey, okay, so hold on. When is it this year?
This year it's going to be, we don't have a set date, but it's going to be in June.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In June of this year.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I also do not the retreats itself, but just wellness days.
Okay.
So, yeah, I call them higher elevation. I invite smokers, people who enjoy cannabis, because cannabis also helped along my journey. Okay. So, yes.
I have someone I'm going to refer to you.
Yeah.
If she's not following you, I'm going to refer her to you because she's also... Okay.
Yeah.
This is how you have to do things, You hear people, you match up.
Yeah.
And see what could happen, right?
Word of mouth is the greatest tool.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Definitely. Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today and sharing all that you have to offer, and in the sense of encouragement, right? Encouraging other people to know that where you are is not where you have to be, which is definitely why when I restarted this channel or the podcast, it was about rediscovering your best self. I didn't want to make it, yes, I'm a licensed insurance and investment advisor, but I want to talk to people within the community who will help empower other people in the community. We all have our place in life, and sometimes we just need outside support other than family members to bring us out of where we are and just encourage and take us further. So I'm glad to have the outlet. I'm glad to meet people like yourself who are willing and able to share. And I hope that you all found value. You go ahead and you reach out to Ashleey. There were so many things that she does here. You may not need it all, but there may be something that you need. And if it's not for you, think about somebody that you know and make sure that you go ahead and share this episode, and as well share Ashleey's contact. Share, subscribe, comment. Thank you for watching. And with everything you do, have faith, stay focused, and always follow